This story is yours, but you are the last character in it. Before you were born, before a species called human even existed, this planet spent 4.5 billion years alone. If we turn time backwards, far, far back, we will not find cities or forests. We will find fire. A boiling planet covered in lava and toxic skies. The early Earth was nothing less than hell. But nature is patient, not for thousands, not for millions, but for hundreds of millions of years. Rain kept falling. Slowly, the planet cooled. Lava turned into rock, and for the first time, oceans were formed. The oceans looked calm on the surface, but deep inside them, near volcanic heat, something extraordinary happened. Around 3.8 billion years ago, a small chemical reaction gave birth to a single cell. So tiny, it could not be seen with the naked eye. Yet inside it was the spark of life. That microscopic cell was the first ancestor of all living beings, yours and mine. For millions of years, life existed only in water. Creatures changed, adapted, and evolved. Fish appeared, bodies took new shapes, but land remained empty. Then, around 375 million years ago, a strange fish swam in shallow waters. Its fins had bones, almost like wrists. Scientists call it tiktaalik. One day, it lifted its head above the water and saw land. It could not have known that this small act would change the history of life forever. Over time, fins became legs, gills became lungs, and life stepped onto land. Millions of years passed. Dinosaurs ruled the earth and then disappeared. After them came the age of mammals. Among small tree-living mammals were our distant ancestors. Around 6 million years ago in Africa, one common ancestor stood at a turning point. One branch led to chimpanzees, the other led to humans. Even today, our DNA is 98.7% similar to that of chimpanzees. We did not come from them, but we share the same root, two branches of the same tree. Around 4 million years ago, a species called Australopithecus walked on two legs. It had a small body and a small brain, but it stood upright. In 1974, scientists discovered a 3.2 million-year-old skeleton in Ethiopia. They named her Lucy. Her bones showed that she walked upright. This was not a small change. When our ancestors stood on two legs, their hands became free, and free hands changed history. Around 2.4 million years ago, Homo habilis shaped stones into sharp tools. This was the first technological invention. Hunting became easier. Humans were no longer just surviving, they were thinking. Then came Homo erectus, about 1.8 million years ago. He stood tall, traveled long distances, and controlled something that transformed everything: fire. Fire brought warmth and protection. It allowed food to be cooked. Cooked food was easier to digest, giving more energy to the brain. Over the last 700,000 years, the human brain nearly tripled in size. Today, it contains around 86 billion neurons, our greatest weapon. Around 70,000 years ago, another revolution occurred: language. A gene called FOXP2 helped humans develop speech. With speech came the power to share knowledge. Each generation no longer had to start from zero. Knowledge began to accumulate. This was the moment humans truly separated from the rest of the animal kingdom. Around the same time, imagination blossomed. Cave paintings discovered in France, dating back 36,000 years, show animals and handprints. Humans were no longer just living, they were creating, imagining. believing. Religions formed, stories united strangers, ideas became more powerful than strength. But nature tested humanity again. Around 74,000 years ago, Mount Toba in Indonesia erupted in one of the largest volcanic events in history. Ash darkened the skies for years. Scientists believe that only 10,000 to 30,000 humans survived worldwide. We came dangerously close to extinction, yet we survived. Every one of the 8 billion people alive today descends from those few survivors. After this crisis, humans began migrating out of Africa. Around 70,000 years ago, they spread to the Middle East, Asia, Australia, Europe, and finally, the Americas. DNA evidence proves that all modern humans share African roots. No matter our color, language, or nationality, we belong to one human family. Around 12,000 years ago came another great transformation, the Neolithic Revolution. In the Fertile Crescent region, humans planted seeds for the first time. They grew wheat and barley. Instead of wandering for food, they settled down. Villages became cities. Jericho was established nearly 11,000 years ago. Civilizations rose. Writing was invented. Science was born. Over thousands of years came the wheel, metal tools, books, machines, electricity, computers, the internet, and today, space exploration. And yet, this story is not over. Evolution continues. Our genes are still changing. Our societies are transforming. Technology is reshaping our future. When you look into the mirror, do not see just a human being. See 3.8 billion years of survival and adaptation. Your hands once began as fins in ancient waters. Your brain was shaped by fire, language, and imagination. You are not just a person. You are a journey. Perhaps millions of years from now, another species will look back and say, "This is where the next leap began." And in the long river of history, you too will be remembered as one essential link in an unbroken chain. The epic of human evolution. The journey is still continuing.